This is Mixie hitting Corner Store Lake Street Star Radio. I'm here today with the one and only Zudaville.
What's up? Hello, everybody. What's up?
Thanks for being here. I'm excited that you're here. I've been trying to catch you to come in, but you be here and there.
Yeah. I'll be here for like very small periods of time. For real.
But I'm glad you got here.
Yeah.
But so, can you introduce yourself?
Yeah, so I'm Zudaville. I'm from Vacaville, California. I'm an artist and somewhat of a music video director and part-time photographer sometimes. Yeah,
I feel like I was watching your videos the other day. I was like, you're gonna do a movie one day. Like, I know it.
Everyone says that, and everyone's like, oh, when are you gonna do your short film? And like, I just don't have a story to tell as far as like a narrative with a short film, but I would like to be on set to shoot one for someone else's idea, you know, before I ever jump into something myself. Yeah, but all roads are leading to that happening at some point. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Speaking. All right, so tell me a little bit about like how you came up and how you got into music.
Funny because yeah, so like I found like underground hip hop when I was super young, which just blew my mind just because I just didn't know people can rap about other stuff than what I was hearing, which I liked too, you know, but it just did open like a new part of my brain. And I found like atmosphere, I found a lot of other underground artists, and then from then I was like, oh wait, I could do that too if I don't have to rap about, like for example, what 50 Cent was rapping about. Because he was the first rapper I seen that I'm like, that's cool, but not the first rapper that made me feel like I could do that, you know? So once I saw that there was something I could say, I was all about that. And very young, I just started rapping since like 5th grade, but I didn't make my first song till 9th grade. But I was already like freestyling at middle school and writing little 8 bars and stuff. So ever since that age, like I just been doing this. I have not stopped since like 2009. I've just been rapping, vlogging, shooting videos. At that time, I wasn't shooting so much for other people, but I was shooting stuff for me. And I just haven't stopped. And it's just ever since then, it's been like an obsession. And I don't know what else to do with myself. So yeah.
What's working for you?
Yeah.
We're out of it.
It took a minute, but like, whether it was working or not, I would have still been doing the same thing I'm doing right now. Whether someone was paying attention or not, for sure.
That's good. I feel like consistency is key. So it's like, it's one of those things where it's like, I always tell people who are like trying to come up or like artists, I'll be like, just post on TikTok every day, like, and that's not always the formula, but I think for like nowadays, it's like consistency, like if you just keep posting or doing whatever you're doing every day.
Yeah, I slept on TikTok for a long time, and when I first got on it, I would post like music videos and it would not get any views. So then I'm like, all right, fuck the music shit on TikTok, I'm gonna just post funny clips I take of stuff. And then every clip I was posting was getting at least 1,000 views. And I'm like, from people who have no idea who I was. So then I started getting like hundreds of followers and they have no context of me rapping. It's just funny little clips. And then I started putting my music on there. And now it's getting at least, every time I post, I'll get at least 1,000 views and like 100 likes and like 10 to 20 new followers who have no context of who I am.
That's cool.
So now, since I've gone on TikTok, I have like over 1,000 just new people who have no idea who I am. So now I fuck with TikTok, and it's true. Just post every day. I post almost the same clip at least three times a day.
Nice.
Same verse, and still new people finding it. And it's like, I think if you just make good shit, like it's gonna be undeniable when someone gets their eyes on it, and that's really all it is about, getting eyes on it. You know? Yeah. So I think consistency is perfect, and TikTok is a great tool to have, better than Instagram and YouTube. I feel like
I think so too, because I think you can just come across different things, like you're just scrolling and it's just different people every time you scroll,
and it's just never ending. You can keep scrolling and it's still new stuff, you know. And I don't spend that much time scrolling, but I know other people do, so I gotta put stuff out so that at least pops up, you know. And I think people are scared to do that, you know, like, but it's like my friend Dave put it in my head in this way where he was like, if the only thing that's stopping me from changing my life is just posting a lot on the internet, I'm gonna fucking post a lot.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
That's the only thing that's stopping me. I would be stupid to not do it. And that changed my whole perspective on it. Like, you gotta be your own biggest fan, for real.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's one thing I learned about, like, rapping. Like, well, because I guess, like, I used to take, like, piano lessons, like, flute lessons, but I really wanted to be, like, I was also, like, a photographer and stuff. And I always had musician friends. And then I was like, oh, I want to do music, but, like, how do I even start? So I was like, well, I guess I'll just, like, rap because I don't need, like, anything but myself. And I was like, ooh, this is a lot harder than, like, performing. I was like, the number one and only thing you really need to do when you're performing is believe in yourself as a rapper, or else it won't go well.
Yeah, I feel like if you give off confidence and you show that you're sure of yourself, and it is believable, people won't question why you're up there or like why you're doing what you're doing. They'll just be like, oh, let me just watch.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, for sure. So,
let's see. How did you get into like photography and videos? Just from...
So before I even started rapping, I would use my mom's photo camera to just vlog. Because at that time, I was like a YouTube kid and everyone was vlogging at the time. Yeah. And this is before anyone ever hit like 1 million subscribers. This is early YouTube, you know? So I was trying to do vlogging, you know? And but I wasn't thinking twice about it. I just had a camera with me. And then once I started rapping, I realized I needed music videos. And I'm from a small town where no one was doing anything. And if they were, it was already a generation older than me. And they had moved out of Vacaville and stuff. So like, there was no one my age trying to do what I was doing. So then I realized I had to just shoot my own stuff, you know? And I did that for years. And all I would do is like direct my friends how to move the camera. I'd take 10-second clips and do some movement and be like, just do that. You know, for like 2 minutes straight, just do that. So I would do that, and through showing them how to move, I was realizing like, yo, I'm kind of somewhat good at this. Like one day I would like to shoot for somebody, you know, but I didn't know anyone else that rapped. So it was just a thought in my head. And then in like 2017, I had gotten like a new camera setup and stuff. And then I had already just met a lot of rappers by then, and something just told me to shoot this video for a homie of mine, but he lived in San Diego. So I drove 8 hours to shoot this video for free, because I just fucked with him, and I just wanted to do a video. And then from there, I shot for his homie, Baby Franco, and then I got super cool with him, but I knew him prior. And then from there, he was so connected in LA that then everything was like a domino effect. Then I shot for this person, and then out of nowhere I became a music video guy. Nice. But it wasn't like I'm gonna start doing that. I just wanted to do one, and then it just kind of dominoed, and then now I'm here doing it kind of almost all the time. You know? Nice. Yeah. So it kind of just happened out of necessity, like having to shoot for myself, and then evolved into other things. Yeah. Okay. So we got your first song here. Any song, which one would you like to play? Yeah, let's play 8 Mile by No Fun, which is me and my friends. It's like a whole collective, 9 vocal artists, and then Jonah, our manager, Tali, our graphic designer and stuff. Yeah. Nice. That'd be tight. Okay, dope. And if you're watching this, then I'll drop the link. Mixie, Hidden Corner Store, Lake Street Store Radio. We're here with Zoo DeVille. Thanks for being here. Of course, pleasure. So let's hear about some of the things you've been working on. So this whole year I knew I wanted to do less music videos for just people I don't know, and just people I've been working with, so that I can focus on music, because this year in November I want to drop my album. Ooh. And I haven't dropped the album since like 2019, so it's almost like half a decade. And prior to that I would drop an album every year, you know. And then I just got so busy with video that I just want to do an album. I've changed my sound so much, like working with my friends from No Fun and just other people. So after this tour, we just wrapped up a tour with Atmosphere in Hebel. And I go home for like a month and a half, mix it all, get it all done, go back on tour in October, and then in November drop. But before even November, drop singles and stuff, and then I'll probably be pushing that for like half a year, maybe a whole year. I think that has a lot of songs that like on their own stand beautifully.
We're back. This is Mixie, Hidden Corner Store, Lake Street Store, Radio, KRSM 98.9 FM, Community Radio for All. We're here with Zoo DeVille and surprise special guest. Introduce yourself.
What's up? My name's Sean. I'm a friend of Zoo's.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, we're here to talk about Zoo today. I felt that.
That's wild.
How did you guys meet?
We met, do you want me to tell it or do you want to tell it?
Yeah, let's see.
Okay, so we met, I went on tour with a group called Blimes and Gab.
Okay.
And so when we linked up for the first show of the tour, they had crew with them. They came with a posse, you know what I'm saying? Like, and Zoo was in that crew. And so it was immediate, you know, I've been friends with them for so long that whoever their crew is, okay, cool, we're all family on this tour. Until we realized that we don't like you, we're just immediately, you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
And so everybody on the crew was dope though. So he showed up and I was like, okay, well, what does he do? And it's like, okay, he helps with whatever, but really he's filming them. And like, okay, and he raps a little, you know what I'm saying? But I didn't know that he was like, I thought he was a film guy. I didn't even know he was really rapping like that when I first met him, you know what I mean? Like, and he was like, hey, I could film you guys too if you want on this tour. And I was like, yeah, cool, you know what I mean? And then the films he was giving me, or the clips, the little videos he was making were super dope. Like I just remember being like, oh wow, this is why people have media people on tour with them. You know what I mean? Like it was just like, this is really cool. It was exciting because it was a look that people didn't really get of us on tour. You don't know what we're like because there's nothing to show how goofy or silly we might be or how moody or who knows what. None of the behind the scenes stuff. And so I seen it resonating with our audience really, really strongly. You know what I mean? Like, because people were getting to see like Anthony dancing, you know what I mean? Or people seeing me cracking some dumb joke or something, you know what I mean? Like some of that stuff was just not present. So I was like, oh, this is fresh. And then, but really what solidified it is, we went to Los Angeles to shoot a couple of videos, and my colleague Sadiq said, hey, you should reach out to Zoo about doing the BTS for those videos, but also about maybe making some content while we're out there. And I was like, okay, for him to say that, and for him to see also what I see, like for the two of us to both see that, especially because we're fucking old and shit, you know what I'm saying? It was just like, okay, this is tight. So he hung out with us for the whole weekend, shot a couple of things with us, and all of it was just like, I liked his procedure immediately. I was like, this dude is art. Like art, you know what I mean? And it's like, I always gravitate to that, because when you do more than just one thing, or when you're open to ideas and you're like, oh, and when you're just an art person, like that's my favorite kind of people to be around, you know what I mean? Like, because I just admire that. I want to be that. Yeah. So I try to surround myself by people who do that, you know? So I was sold, you know? So then I was like, oh, he's got a Spotify. Let me go peep his music.
No.
and then I was like, hey, check this out. Let's kill some birds with stones. Like, we were going to Europe for a tour. And our budget for Europe is slim. We play very small rooms over there. Like, the people over there don't care about us like that. You know what I mean? Like, some people do a lot, but the audience is a smaller audience, you know? And so we were just like, can I pay you to come to Europe with us and film it, but also to rap, to open the show? You know what I'm saying? Because it was like, oh, an opener who also films, this is fire, you know what I mean? Like, and that was where we really got to like live with him for a minute. You know, we traveled, we moved around country to country together, and really got more of just that more intimate kind of environment, you know what I mean, where it's like you really get to know a person, and all of us were just like, oh, this dude is the homie. Like he's just an amazing person. Like I've yet to find out his bad side. You know what I'm saying? Like I've yet to discover what you know, like where's the human part that's gross. You know what I'm saying? Like so it's this dude, he don't even fart in his sleep, you know what I'm saying? Like, I probably should say it on the radio.
So how was that? Like, cause you said, you mentioned you grew up listening to Atmosphere?
Yeah. So really the first time we met was in Sacramento And I was like in the 11th grade, and I go to a show, and I'm just like, just a normal person on the line. I've been rapping for like maybe 2 years or something. So that's when we originally met. And that was my first time seeing you. And then the first show of that tour with Blimes and Gab was in SAC. So that was also.
Oh, it was like, it came back around.
But it was crazy just because, like, since I started, I've never had a list of like, I want to work with this person or this person. I just admire people for who they are, but I don't need to fuck with them to like feed my own ego or have a goal, right? So I never was searching to work with Slug. Also, it seems so like unattainable on top of that, right? So like, I think what I liked about the whole process of how I went was that it just kind of came to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like for me, just doing what I do, there wasn't no agenda, there was nothing. It was just like, all I knew was one time Blimes was like, hey, we're going on tour. There's a seat in the car. Do you want to go? I know you love atmosphere. And I'm like, oh yeah, I'm fucking there. So, and then that was it, right? And then this all happened because of that. And just naturally, I want to say,
Yeah.
like it just, like,
it's
kind of like, because I always wondered, like, how come we never had a video person back then? Like, all the things that people get to see from you, from what I show, is shit I wish I could see growing up.
Sure.
So, like, now it's a trip that I'm the one that's showing that to people, what I always wanted to see. That's what's really cool for me. Is like, I get excited for fans to see what I put out because it's like, I know as a fan, I would want to see this shit.
That's dope.
It's tight because and again, he's humble, but the stuff he does, his visuals, his video stuff, I really fuck with it. I really enjoy. I swore. I didn't know if
it's okay. Okay. For that.
Okay, cool. It's like that's just the tip of the iceberg. Like his rapping is great. His crew, No Fun, is great. His ideas are great. You know what I'm saying? The way the dude dresses is great.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he's just like
it's
just art. It's just art. You know what I'm saying? And it's interesting because like I see it everywhere I go. I see art. I see it in buildings. I see it in cars. I see it in nature. You know what I mean? But it's like, but I don't see it in humans as much as I see it in everything else. And so when I see it in humans, that's when I'm just like, okay, this is like. I want to be present to watch this happen. I want to see this unfold in this person. You know what I'm saying? Like how you said before, he's gonna probably make a movie someday. Yeah, I want front row seat to that. I want to see this happen. You know what I mean? It's like super dope, super dope.
We'll be there.
Yeah, front row. Even I'll be front row.
I don't have to be literal front row. I can sit second, third. It don't matter. But I just mean I want to be present.
There's got to be a Slug cameo in that.
That's what I'm saying. We're in it.
Oh, I can act. I'm really good.
It's got to be a family affair if I ever do that. It's got to have cameos by people in my life, and if they can't act, they'll have like background.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Gonna be there.
I won't sacrifice the art of the acting just to put movies in it. I would never do that. It got it. The last thing I want to do is put out a movie and people are like, this acting sucks. Like,
No.
So I'll wait for as long as I need to for it to be right, if I ever do that, for sure. I wouldn't just rush it just to get it out. No, it gotta be right. So maybe one day.
One day. So can you guys tell me a cool tour story or?
Cool.
Yeah, I'm sure there is. It's weird because touring, especially for me, it's reached a space where it's like it's no longer cool stories that you could hear. Now it's more like personal, like, oh, I found this record. Oh, on that tour, that's where I found that record. You know what I mean? It's like
this. What
this.
records did you find in the last tour?
Oh, off top. I did get a interesting copy of Low End Theory that came out in like 2016. That's double vinyl, nothing too exciting, which means it's perfect to put into the family room at my house because you don't want to put the really rare records out for the kids.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So to be able to get like greatest hits and you find these cheap greatest hits sometimes when you're digging, that's the best stuff to have so that when a kid is interested in what is the Gap Band, let me go see what this sounds like. You know what I mean? Like, so I found a copy of Low End Theory that wasn't very expensive that I was pretty excited about because it's like, okay, I can put this in there and not worry about it getting somebody spilling some juice on it or something, you
sure.
know. But as far as like amazing records, I'm trying to think of the last thing I found that was just like, oh, that was out of control.
Yeah, they go vinyl shopping at every city for the most part when they can, and yeah, it makes me want to start collecting vinyl for real.
Yes.
Yeah.
On this last tour that we were just on, we had the opportunity to actually drive ourselves in like SUVs for like a
nice.
super large part of the tour. So to be with him and Hebel and Anthony in a vehicle traveling across the mountain states, you know what I mean? Like that was pretty dope.
I'm just quiet in the back.
Yeah, just listening to music and looking out the windows.
Yeah.
And,
Thinking like life's a movie. You look out the windows and some music and shit. I do want to say, I think for me the cool tour stories is it's just the fact that like I'm hitting new cities. Like when we went to Paris, I've always wanted to go to Paris my whole life, and the first time I go to Paris is on tour.
Nice.
And with this dude, like that's like when we were editing the video yesterday, and I was trying to find clips from a video we shot where you have a shot in front of the Eiffel Tower and we're just walking by. I was tripping out yesterday. I'm like, damn, yeah, the first time in Paris is with you. Like that's a trip. You know, Europe in general, like I always wanted to go, and just being able to just see the world for the intention of playing music there. That's you can't put a price on that. Like that's my favorite tour story.
what did we do in Paris? Do you remember?
We went to the Eiffel Tower, shot.
Yep.
Then we went to meet your homegirl Sophia.
Yep.
And we had like some drinks or some food there. That was tight. And then we played the show the next day.
Played the show. Do you remember doing laundry?
Yeah.
Do you remember what we ate next door to laundry?
A bento box.
Yeah,
I had a bento
yeah.
box for the first time ever in Paris. I've never had one before.
What did you notice about Paris that maybe you weren't expecting?
Ooh, I don't know. Because I went in there knowing they're kind of mean to Americans. So, like, that's what I was looking for. And as soon as someone was mean to me, I was like, oh, yeah, I knew about this. So I didn't take it personal. I was more like, there we go, you know? The lack of, okay, in Germany, I thought people didn't know English in Germany. Everybody knows English in Germany. Paris, though, that's where I thought people would know because it's big and famous, but it's like they didn't really know English like that. That was probably the most surprising thing. Yeah. That it was really more harder to speak to someone in Paris, and I was expecting that in Germany.
Sure.
Yeah. So that was a trip.
Okay, and now, so you're in, well, technically right now we're recording this in St. Paul, but Minneapolis. How has it been? What are you feeling about Minnesota?
I like it here because I'll see the street signs to atmosphere songs that I've known. And also when we drive, he's like, this happened here from this song or that and the third. And that's cool. Like little Easter eggs. It's like, oh, I can see it now, like fully. I also like how green it is everywhere. LA is not like that. It's just city stuff, you know?
Yeah.
And if you want to see pretty stuff, you gotta really go out your way.
Yeah.
Bro, away from like his crib or anything, like you see so many like lakes, creeks so quick and so beautiful.
Yeah.
And it's just like an untapped playground for me. So I it's really cool here. Yeah. I like coming here for sure. And I already just know a lot of cool people here. So it's like always cool. Yeah. Which I didn't know, like not that I came to Minneapolis thinking I wouldn't love it, but I didn't know I was gonna love it as much as I do, for real. Yeah. Like it's a cool place, for real. And I always think like, man, I don't know anywhere outside of LA that I'd want to spend time at, but this is a place I would for sure spend time at. Yeah. Minneapolis is tight. Y'all run me over.
You heard it.
Come on.
All right. So just to wrap up, can you tell us again where to find you?
You can find me anywhere under Zoo DeVille. You can find stuff with me and my friends at No Fun LA on Instagram or No Fun on all streaming in YouTube, Amazon, all that stuff.
Okay. And then what's this last song?
This next song, I believe, is Spend It by No Fun, if I'm not mistaken. But it's a No Fun song regardless.
Thanks for being here.
Come on.
Did you have anything to say?
I'm on a record with him. It's called The Detour. Me, him, and Hebel. We got an album coming out October, I think. October 1st, is that when it comes out?
Ooh, wow, a whole album. That's exciting.
Well, it's an EP.
EP.
It's an EP. Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Well, we're excited for that. Thank
Yeah,
you for being here.
Thank you. I'm sorry for crashing this part.
Nah, that's